What is up, everybody? Spidey here, and as always, I hope you're having a marvelous day. I wanted to go through how to buy Marvel Masterpieces, 2023 Marvel Masterpieces to be precise. I want to go through the different ways in which you're going to be able to keep up with when this product is going to be available to pre order. We're also going to talk about what's the likely dates of pre order based on the information that we have right now and the different locations that you're going to want to keep an eye on that you might be able to go ahead and get in contact with to possibly get to the place where you can be ready to pre-order Marvel Masterpieces when it releases, hopefully pretty soon. If you haven't heard, on June 21st, Wednesday, last week at the time of recording this video, Dan DeSantos was announced as the latest Marvel Masterpieces artist. And you can see that here from an article on Beckett.com where they released this news. By all accounts, people are really excited about it. I know that I am. In fact, you can see a video that I did where I interviewed Dan on the channel. Just an amazing guy, an amazing art that we have here for Masterpieces. So if you're like me and many others, you're wanting to know where can you get this product? Well, there's a hint of that here at the end of this article where it says 2023 Upper Deck Marvel Masterpiece Trading Card at a glance. It doesn't give any specifics about what's in the box, more to come on that, but it does say release date subject to change, July 2023. Now, if you've been following the channel, you've been following Upper Deck and Marvel Cards for any time, one thing you know is that you cannot trust any type of projected release date until you get something official from Upper Deck. Well, we don't have anything official outside of them saying that there's a potential release date of July 2023. In fact, we see that in one other location on Upper Deck's own website, upperdeck.com, where they made the announcement about Dan being the artist for Masterpieces. Here at the bottom of the article, it does say the 2023 edition of Marvel Masterpieces is set to release in July. So this is on the Upper Deck website. It is from Upper Deck, and it says that it is set to release in July. So that feels pretty official to me, but we don't have an official date. And what we don't have is from any of the places that you can purchase this product having an available pre-order with a price on it. But something popped up this weekend, and let me show you that. GTS is one of the distribution hubs for Upper Deck product, particularly for Marvel cards. On GTS's website, it popped up 23 UD Marvel Masterpieces hobby boxes, which are the boxes that, you get it's the more expensive boxes that you get the more guaranteed hits, as opposed to what's retail blaster boxes, which you find like at Target and Walmart that don't have the guaranteed big hits, generally base cards with maybe some variant parallels and or some number cards and potentially some rare chases in the past and other sets. Back to this hobby box. This is more the collector box, again, the more expensive box. And it says here that we have a SKU and it calls it UDMM22. This product was supposed to release in 2022. It did not, hence the 2023 in the title of the product. It does say that there are going to be 12 boxes, 12 packs, and 3 cards per pack. This is actually news that is the normal configuration of the modern Marvel Masterpieces from 2016, 2018, and 2020. But there's been some speculation about how these boxes are going to be configured because the print run appears to be larger. There's more inserts, more parallels. We don't know what's all going to go into a pack. And there'll be a video I'll do at a later date that will help any newcomers to the hobby understand how these sets have been configured historically and in the modern sets, and then possibly how that's going to be different here in the 2023 edition of Marvel Masterpieces. But what we do get here is a release date that just says summer of 2023. And I will tell you, Upper Deck has used the language of midsummer before and released it in August and September. But what it does say is that there's an order due date of July 3rd, 2023 for these different places that can order the product from places like GTS to be able to get their orders in. It says orders due in 8 days. However, I'll pop up on the screen right now. If you have an account and can log in, which I cannot, I do not have a physical location for store, and I'll get into that in just a second. It already says sold out to anyone who's looking to put in an order. Okay. So what could that possibly mean? What that means is stores will likely not be able to order. What'll happen is they'll be told how many boxes they have access to. So I guess it's still an order, but they're going to only be told an exact number of boxes. They won't be able to order to an amount that they want. Other products that have appeared as sold out in similar ways that this Masterpieces is being sold out to those who have access to order through sites like GTS is Premiere, which is another high-end product. But what is good to know is that we're seeing dates, we're seeing activity. You know, we obviously just got the artist announced. Now we're seeing the potential for orders to go out to distributors, that there's activity. So we as collectors who want access to this product need to be ready for what's about to happen next. And that's what I'm hoping that this video will do for you. One of the things you're going to want to do is figure out your strategy of who you're going to be in contact with to be able to order and pre-order this product. Upper Deck has a couple of different outlets in which they deliver the product. One is with their authorized internet retailers. These are the AIRs, AIR, authorized internet retailers. They're certified diamond dealers who have a solid history of supporting Upper Deck products and customers. And what they mean by solid history, it means they order a bunch of product even when it's not product that people don't want, is my understanding. So let's take a look at how many internet retailers there are. There's only 5 in the entire US, entire United States. You have Dave and Adam's Card World, you have East Coast Connection, you have Legendary Sports and Games, you have Republic Jewelry and Collectibles, and you have Steel City. And that's it. That is all you have as it relates to where you can get this product online. And I'll tell you, out of those 5, there's really only 2 that stand out to me as a viable resource to be able to get it online. I know that's not a slight to the other 3. I've just never been able to get the product early on those sites. And maybe that's something I'm doing wrong, but let's focus in right now on the 2 that I know most people get their product from online. I get most of my product from DA Cards or Dave and Adam's Cards. They generally have the largest selection of Marvel card product that you can purchase online. And unlike a couple of other sites that we'll get to in a minute, they generally also show you the price that you have to pay. It's not an email and see type situation, but you can go to their pre-sale button here, non-sport cards, new product pre-sales, and you can see all of the trading cards, the non-sport cards that they have up for pre-sale. Example, they have Marvel Beginnings Volume 1 up for pre-sale. Does show a release date. You can't trust it. You don't know if it's going to happen. And there is the price. Loki, similar here, but we do not see Marvel Masterpieces up yet. But this is the site that you're going to want to be paying attention to, because here's what generally happens with product that is in high demand. What will happen is they'll put it on the site and it'll only be up for a limited amount of time. And what Dave and Adams is doing, from my understanding, is they're seeing how fast the product sells out at that first introductory price. When I say introductory price, here's what I'm not saying. It is not a suggested retail price that Upper Deck gives. It is like they're kind of testing the waters to see what it will sell for and how fast it will sell. If it sells out rapidly, then they'll take it down and then they'll raise the price and put it back up a few days, week later, whatever it is, at a new higher price. They'll see how much the market can bear for that price, how quickly it sells out. They'll take it down. They'll put it up again. And they'll continue to do this until the product is not selling out rapidly, at which point they'll know that they've seen what the market will bear for that product, so that people are buying it at a price that they're not immediately able to take it and put it on eBay and sell it at a higher price. Because if they can, they'll just buy all of it, hold it, hoard it, and then put it up on eBay slowly at a much higher price, scalping collectors along the way. It feels really bad on this end, because what feels like happening is that Dave and Adams is creating some type of artificial scarcity, and that they're raising the price to make as much money as possible. And in some ways, that's absolutely true, but it's to protect against scalpers is another way. So could there be a better way? I'm sure there is, but that is the system that's been in place up till now. And I suspect it'll be in play for Marvel Masterpieces. So you're going to want to keep an eye on the pre-order, non-sports pre-order page of Dave and Adams to see when this product might release. And like we said, we saw that there's going to be the date of July 3rd that places like Dave and Adams can likely get their pre-order in. And it'll be really interesting to see if they also put up the product on that date with the first initial price. And, look, you're going to want to pick up the product early if possible, so you don't have to pay a higher price later. If so, you might want to play the patient game. Example, Spider-Man Metal, first introductory price was around $235, $250. It went through that process of being sold out, re-put back on the website at a higher price. And that continued to happen until it hit $700 a box. And today, on the same site that people were paying $700 a box, you can now buy that product for well under $400, and at one time back to $300, less than half the price. And so there's a bit of a journey here that you got to be on to be able to not overpay for this product in any product of Marvel Cards. So you got to be very mindful of whether FOMO's kicking in or whether it is a solid price for the product. The website you're going to want to watch is Steel City. Steel City will put up products for pre-order as well. You can see that here with Allegiance, the Infinity Trilogy. Of course, they got the new Hawkeye that just released. Premiere is up here. And, it says pre-sale and it says view details. When you click on that, it doesn't show a release date. It says you got to email to notify when it's available. And yeah, that's what you got to do. You got to let them know to reach out to you when you want it. You got to email them typically. You have to reach out to them to be able to understand what the price to you would be and how many boxes or cases you can order. That is the 5 authorized internet retailers that you can purchase and pre-order online. There are quite a few Canadian authorized internet retailers. I'm not in Canada, but for our friends who are in Canada, please check out this list and make sure these sites are still up and available and which one would best serve you based on your location in Canada. They do have 2 international retailers here listed. This doesn't make a lot of sense to me because Upper Deck does not have an international license, but maybe it's possible that if you're international that you can possibly get access to this product without having to buy through some type of intermediary here in the US or eBay. And I really do hope that works out for you. And I know it can be really tough for our international friends. Another thing you can do is go to UD's store locator and you can search by zip code. Like I'll do my zip code and you can see who might be the closest shop to you, like local shop that may have access to Upper Deck product. This is a good way to find out if there's a local option for you. Now, a lot of the local options don't get as big of an allocation, so you need to be really thoughtful in going ahead and engaging and seeing if you can develop a relationship where you might get access to a box or two at these local store options. I am a big proponent of buying local when possible. Don't have to go through one of the internet websites, but it's also a little bit difficult because the allocations are typically a lot smaller and compared to the internet sites may mean that your local shop is unable to promise you a box. But if you're able to support your local shop, please do so. It's really important. Upper Deck has talked about the fact that they do want to support the local shop, and whether or not that's actually happening, I can't say. But if you can, I'd encourage you to do so. There is another site that I want to show you called Blowout Cards. Now, for whatever reason, Blowout Cards didn't appear to be listed on the authorized internet retailers, but they do have product here for pre-order online. And maybe what is going on here is they're not actually selling it online. You have to contact them and purchase it that way. And that's why they're not able to publicize a price. So they're technically not selling it online. You have to call or email to put in the order, and that's how they get around it. But it is another option, and maybe there's more options like this one right here. But my understanding is unless you're a true authorized internet retailer, you must have a physical location to be able to sell and receive Upper Deck product. But again, Blowout Cards is another option that a lot of people purchase and pre-order their Marvel cards. Another option to buy Marvel card product when we're getting new releases in the last year has been Upper Deck and Walmart and other retailers around the country. Sometimes it'll be available to pre-order it online as soon as it releases. or you have to find it physically in the store, but it is an option. There is not currently any Upper Deck product of Marvel cards showing on Target's website. Like I said, another option is Walmart. Right now, Walmart actually has this for pre-order, and you're actually shopping with Walmart, not like one of these down here. I'll show you like these older sets here. It's actually not Walmart. It's a third party who's like using Walmart platform to sell. So be mindful of if it says where it shipped. So watch this. If I click on this one, it actually says sold and shipped by Walmart.com. To me, that's important. You don't want to get ripped off, but Walmart is selling. These are the retail packs here, not hobby boxes, but the blaster boxes. You can also see them here with Fleer Ultra Avengers, which is a fun box, and they are available for. And the hope is that this is going to end up in people's hands who don't already collect. I'm not saying that collectors can't buy it, but hopefully for kids and others who might stumble upon it and go, hey, I didn't know there was Marvel cards, and bring them back into the world of collecting Marvel trading cards. Okay, another very important thing to know is about Upper Deck's ePacks website. So you see it up here, upperdeckepack.com. I'm on the checklist here, and you can see these are the sets that have been on Upper Deck ePack site before. Now, mind you, this doesn't mean like this is just a digital experience. Like you actually are buying packs when you buy packs on Upper Deck site for the most part. And you're going to open them on their site. And when you do, you're going to get physical trading cards. There's the 2018. And one of the very first sets you could purchase on Upper Deck's ePack was 2016 Marvel Masterpieces here at the bottom. You want to keep an eye on the Upper Deck ePacks website, because not all this product is going to be released in a physical hobby box or even a retail blaster box. A portion of it, maybe a significant portion of it, will be released on Upper Deck's ePack site. Now, we never truly know what is going to be the ratio of physical hobby boxes and retail blasters versus ePacks, but there appears to be a desire to move more and more of their product on the ePack site to create a direct from Upper Deck to consumer experience for the trading card. It's probably also more profitable to Upper Deck to do that, to keep you on this ecosystem. But this will definitely have a Marvel Masterpieces release on ePack. But the question is when. Typically, you get the physical hobby release. Sometimes that can be months and months later before it shows up on ePack. Example, Fleer Ultra Avengers released earlier in the year, and yet it still has not been put on ePack. However, you have sets like Falcon Winter Soldier here and WandaVision, which released after Fleer Ultra Avengers, and it's already up on ePack. So it's really hard to tell how and when that's going to happen. You're going to want to be ready that it could actually happen rather quickly after the physical release. In 2020, when Marvel Masterpieces hit ePack, it sold out in 5 days. I'm not saying it's going to sell out in 5 days this time, because it may be a much larger print run, and they may add the additional digital card to go with the physical cards in the pack to allow that print run to last even longer on the ePack experience. However, just know you're going to want to be ready. So all that is to say, we don't know officially when we will receive our physical hobby boxes of Marvel Masterpieces, or have access to buy the retail blaster boxes at Target and Walmart. If there is going to be any, that has not been said officially. I'm just guessing. Lastly, we don't know when it's going to be on Upper Deck's ePack site either. However, I want you to be prepared. So you're going to want to watch your authorized internet retailers to see when you can pre-order online, get locked in at those early box prices so you don't have to fall into FOMO and end up paying double, triple what the box is really worth just to have that physical box opening experience. Also, keep an eye on Upper Deck ePack site. If you don't already have an account and you want to purchase on that site, go ahead and do that so you can be ready when it releases there as well. Anyways, I hope this video has been helpful to you, that you have a better idea of what to expect and where to purchase your Marvel Masterpieces cards. Don't forget about your local hobby shops. Please support them when you can. I hope they get a nice allotment of Marvel Masterpieces. They're able to build a great experience for the customer and community around Marvel cards. If I can help serve you in any way, please let me know. You can shoot me a message on Instagram at Spidey Hits. My email is up on my YouTube site if you want to email me. But you can always leave me a comment down below. If you like this kind of content, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. That way you can catch more of it later. If you like this video and you found it helpful, hit that like button. But as always, I hope you have a marvelous day.